I've been in the publishing industry for 20 years. So I started at a company called Performedia, which is right now, before they were bought out, they were the largest independent business-to-business media company and started in the custom media department. So I was actually learning the business of what is now called content marketing. At the same time, I was learning the publishing and media business, and it was really a good entree into obviously launching my own business in 2007, which became Content Marketing Institute. And initially, we were a matching service. If you think about like the eHarmony for content marketing, that's exactly what we were. So our job was to attract brands looking to do content marketing projects, blogs, white papers, custom magazines, whatever, and we were going to match them up with agencies that could provide those services. And over a 2-year span, we were able to match up about 1,000 projects, and some of these were large, multi-million-dollar projects. So the model itself was working, but the financial model associated with it wasn't working as well as we wanted to. So in 2009, we looked at how do we make this more successful from a business model standpoint, and decided to then in May of 2010 launch ContentMarketingInstitute.com, which became, just like a media company, the destination for all things content marketing education related. And then in January of 2011 we launched Chief Content Officer Magazine, which initially went out to 20,000 senior marketers that were interested in content marketing. And then in September of 2011, we launched the first Content Marketing World. And we were just hoping at that time, if we were lucky enough to get 100, 150 people to come to Cleveland, that would be great. There were no major content marketing events going on at that time. And all things worked in our favor, and we were able to get 660 delegates from about 25 countries to come into Cleveland, Ohio for our first Content Marketing World. So of course we were really excited to know that the model, not only the content marketing model was working, but that this media company within content marketing was going to be sustainable. In our most recent Content Marketing World, we were able to attract 3,600 delegates from 72 countries into Cleveland, Ohio. We had over 140 different sponsors associated with the event as well. So what's great is we seem to be growing 15-20% a year. The content marketing industry is alive and well, and of course the event industry is still alive and well. People still want to get together face to face, so it's working on all angles right now. UBM owns the property now. They own Content Marketing World, and we were really excited. That happened in June of 2016. We were able to sell Content Marketing World. Obviously, for those people that don't know UBM, they're an events first company. They saw heavy in technology, and they were really interested in the content marketing industry specifically as more technology buyers were entering that area, and it was just a perfect fit. And our goal as Content Marketing Institute, Content Marketing World, is still the same, is still to educate marketers on how they can look at the approach of content marketing to attract and retain customers. You know, it's interesting, Peter, as you and I talked, back in 2011 about, adding the video component into our event. I actually thought initially that it was just a good way to draw additional revenue in. So the initial idea was we would record sessions at Content Marketing World and we would sell it separately, which we did in 2011. Now, what that's evolved into are two things. One is, I believe that video recording the sessions is table stakes. I really believe you have to do that, because what we ended up doing is we have an all-access pass. 25% of all of the delegates that come from anywhere in the world, they buy everything. So they'll buy workshops, they'll buy video, they'll buy post-workshop labs, whatever we have. So what we're able to do is we're able to charge a premium price packaged in with our video that is our most profitable attendee. And if we didn't have that video component associated with our all access pass, I don't think we would sell that all access pass. I think that's part of it, because as you come to an event as large as Content Marketing World is now, or other events like that, you can't go to all the sessions. I mean, we offer well over 120 sessions, and maybe you'll get to go to 8 to 10 of those. And the second area is, separately, we still sell the video on demand as a package. Although that's very profitable and obviously covers the cost of it, I'm more concerned about packaging it in to the All Access Pass, because that's where we really make our money. And the more All Access Passes we sell, the more profitable the event is. And I got to tell you, Peter, if we didn't have that video component, I don't think we would be as nearly as successful as we are with Content Marketing World. More events are using video, and they're giving away the video as part of the attendee price. I think that's an expectation, Peter. I think people expect to get the video as part of that, so they can get the networking person, they can get the education in person, and then they have a great take-home piece that in whatever 2 to 4 weeks they get all these educational sessions that they can share with their team. And it's really good justification as well for somebody that goes to their boss and says, hey, I'd like to go to this event. And they say, well, just you, if it, we would like to send more people, we don't have the budget. But if you say, hey, we have this video on demand, I'll bring that back and share it with the team, you almost immediately get the, oh, of course, we can go now, we can afford to send you, because we're going to not only be educating you while you're there, we can educate the other people from our team. What's great about this is once you have the video asset, I think you need to think beyond the event. Sure, we can monetize, I can make a case for you that if you just package the video sessions into the event, into the All Access Pass like we do, and into the post-show access, you will absolutely make your money and get your money's worth. But then if you take the additional of the people that don't want to come and you sell them training, you sell them just video on demand whenever, maybe you have special prices that go on with that, or you integrate that into the marketing of your website, then it's a no-brainer to do that. And it's just icing on the cake, if you will. There are a number of possible attendees that can't make it for whatever reason, whether that's time or whether that's budget. What's great about having the video packages, then you can reach them on their time when they're with their budget constraints and what they have to deal with. So it really, what you're able to do by videotaping the sessions, the people that can make it to the event, you've got that there for them. They can take that back with them. It's a no-lose scenario for us, because depending on which way they want to go, whether they can make it to the physical event or whether they can't make it, we have an offering for them that we can monetize and drive profit, as well as fulfill the objectives of the learning objectives of that particular person. Of all the attendees that come to Content Marketing World every year, 25% purchase the All Access, which means they get the video. Another 5% will buy the video add-on, and then let's say another 10 to 15% of those will just buy the video on demand by itself. Now, if you just look at Content Marketing World, so basically we're getting 35 to 40% of our total audience, they're getting some form of the video, either buying it as a package or buying it independently. We've been doing the training on demand online training program for about 3 years now. And initially when we ran the training, we had it open all the time. And just so you understand the core of the training is about 6 to 8 modules that are original modules that we go ahead and record with our training team, that follows you through from step 1 to step 6 or step 8, depending on how long it goes, which they can only get in training. And then what we do is, once you buy that training, we take sessions from our physical events, Intelligent Content Conference and Content Marketing World, and we take those sessions and we put them in as electives to the training. So if we have a core, let's say our core curriculum is between 8 to 10 hours, we have another 15 to 20 hours of electives that we pull from our physical events. When we initially launched this, we opened it up and we said, hey, if you want it, great. And we did so. We didn't do as well as we'd like to, but we said, well, what if we marketed it like an event? So now we have open enrollment for every quarter. So we open enrollment in March 1, it ends at the end of March. We open June, and we open in September, we open in December, and it all closes at the end of the month. And you either get in or get out. And every one of those, we sort of change the electives based on the sessions that we have from events like Content Marketing World. But we sell it as a limited time period. So if they come in April, let's say April 4th, and they want to sign up for the training, they can't do it because open enrollment is closed for spring. And that's how we've run it. And since we changed to that model, Peter, it's been incredibly successful. We've seen, I think, every quarter we've done a little bit better for the last 5 quarters. And we're really, and what's great is we can then integrate that with the physical event, and we don't have to recreate all that content. We create some of it fresh, but a lot of that content has already been created through the physical events. I've always believed that if you put content, really good quality content on the web, and that hurts, and you feel that hurts your attendance, your physical attendance in some way, my take is they were not a prospect to come to your event in the first place. That's fine. Give them the content they want and let them go away. They were never going to buy a ticket, because if you really look at why people come to an event, it's education plus. It's never just, I want world-class education. It's always about something else. It's always about education and networking, or education and technology, or meeting the sponsors, or I'm looking for a job, or whatever the case is. It's always something else. If it's just education, that's why you have to look at your standalone like things like training, like we just talked about, and other things that you can sell online for those people that have different kinds of needs. But I don't think it's, oh my gosh, if we put all this content on the web, they're not going to come to the event. People that come to events, they want the experience of the event. They want to absolutely talk to the speakers. They want to be around other people. They want to be part of that community. That's very different than just, I'm getting educated on the web. Our belief in the way that we've always done it is, as long as the content is super valuable and super compelling, you can integrate sponsors, whether it's in the physical event or in the video product, as you see fit. There's never been a problem to doing that. We've been able to have multiple of our video assets be sponsored, and we've also had certain things on the site obviously be sponsored as well. So I've never seen it as an issue if the sponsor sees value in that, and the person watching the video or the attendee sees value in it. There's never any issue. The only issue that you ever get into, Peter, is if you take down the quality, or it's the experience is obstructive in some way because you've got to get that sponsor's message in there. That's the only time where it really hurts yourself. So you've got to make sure that the experience is a truly valuable experience. It's integrated with whatever the sponsor's message is, or it's the same message, and everything seems to work out. I think the biggest one is they look at it as a cost center. They look at it as an expense line, and they don't see that you can actually create new delegate or attendee packages because you have the video. So because we have the video, we can do all sorts of different things that our competition can't do. And I think immediately when an event organizer thinks, oh, we've got to videotape this, oh, we're going to have X amount more costs associated with it, we look at it right away, and we always have, as you know, Peter, we looked at it and say, okay, here's the cost. Well, we need to generate X amount of revenue. How do we need to package our offerings to do that? And we ended up making that happen. So in my conversations with other event organizers, it's always been around, oh, well, the cost, and then also what you said is, are we going to take away from possible physical attendees if we offer this? And obviously, as you know, we've already talked about, we haven't seen it. So it's a plus side for us in every way, not even to mention that we wouldn't even been able to have programs like our training program without videotaping the content from our events. I work with a lot of associations out there, and almost to a T, membership dues are down. Because they're getting whether it was the content and whether it was the camaraderie or the community, they're finding the solutions to that outside of those associations. So if you are an association and you want to survive today, you have to really look at yourself as a media property that you can generate revenue in diverse ways. And that comes through sponsorship, it comes through direct attendee revenue, it may come through content syndication, and may come through ultimately selling products and services, who knows. Come through donations, there's lots of different ways to do it. If you're an association right now and you're struggling, you're probably struggling because you're hanging your hat on membership dues. And that's why we've never gone that direction with Content Marketing Institute. You can get all your content for free. You just have to subscribe. And then what we try to do is build that relationship with them over time. And then they're more likely to buy things from us, like the event, like the training, like other things. And I think that's the only way to go today when you are in competition with everyone, not just other associations. You're in competition with Google, with Facebook, with your sponsors. Everyone's trying to create content and one-up you. So you have to make sure that your content experience is the best, and that also means creating a different business model. If you are an event organizer and you are only looking at it as, oh, we've got sponsors, we've got revenue from our attendees, and we go and start the process over again, I think you're missing out on the majority of value, actually. Because if you have a physical event that you're bringing together with a number of experts, and there's an opportunity there to record that, to get those people more involved in your community the other 362 days out of the year, you need to take advantage of that, because you can create so many different content experiences because they're all there at one time. So my recommendation would be, if you have the physical event, look for every opportunity to create content out of the event, and then maybe you've got the next 300 or so days covered, because you can communicate with that audience ongoing before you bring them back to the event again.